Hey guys, David Joniak here. I am at the Orange Theory Studio in Mount Wellington, New Zealand, still on my little trip over here, and super excited to give you guys some more tips on how to conquer this rower. So one of my good friends and fellow coaches asked me what happens if you have a member or someone that's on the rower that's just hypermobile in the hips and maybe the ankles, and they're able to get really far forward and get extra length. So we're going to talk about good length and bad length really quick right here, and specifically the ankles, the hips, and the spine. So I'm gonna hop on up. When we're all strapped in, there are a couple different points that you want to look at when you're looking for reach on the front end of the stroke. There's forward length and back length. And there's a way to get good length and a way to get bad length. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we get as much length as possible. All right, you want to have the distance of that stroke be maximized, but while staying connected to the rower. And there's a lot of ways to disconnect during the stroke, so we want to minimize that. So what I want you guys to think is, if you are pulling this straight back, if you're pulling the handle straight back, where is the pressure starting and where is the pressure ending? The pressure starts in the feet, specifically the forefoot right underneath that strap, also known as the balls of the feet. And then it goes all the way through that kinetic chain of the body, out of the arms, and then into the handle. So think about all those different breaking points along the way. And there's about 28 different points of connection. All right, think about a long chain, all right, our kinetic chain of energy. And that chain has 28 links. So we know if we're not holding that chain tight, it's gonna be a little loose, and every time we pull, there's gonna be a little bit of give. So what we wanna do is we wanna maintain such strong connection through all 28 points, all 28 links on that chain, that we don't lose any energy. We wanna make sure that when we are coming forward, this is specifically on forward length, all right, we want to get to that catch position. Now, this is what a typical catch position is going to look like. We're going to have the knees over the ankles, think vertical shins, and I'm going to be leaning forward at the hips about 1 o'clock forward, just like that. I'm going to have that handle forward just like so, and chest tall. Now, a couple different ways that we could get extra length is bringing the heels up and bringing the knees past the ankles. Is this going to be good length? No, because right now I am disconnecting from the rower, make it harder for me to lean forward, because when the knees are up and we have the quads pushing up on the bottom of your rib cage, you're not going to be able to lean forward at the hips. You're going to have to break that connection in the spine, and that's going to cause more leaks in that kinetic chain. Notice how my back is now curved. You don't want to over compress, all right? You don't want to get the knees past the ankles. And then lastly, some people think that rolling for these extra few inches are going to help us as well. And the answer is no, because remember, every time you roll forward with your back, you are losing a bunch of power in your spine. That thoracic spine, the cervical spine, the lumbar spine, every time that you have a bend in that vertebrae, it is leaking energy from what you're potentially able to push through the legs, the core, and the arms. So remember, vertical shins, lean forward to about 1 o'clock with your hips, not with your back. And if you have the mobility in the ankles, keep the heels down. All right, not everyone's gonna have that, so the heels might come up a little bit. But if you can keep the heels down and get that vertical position with the knees over the ankles, that's gonna be optimum, because you're going to be eliminating then one of those links, and then you're only going to have 27 instead of 28. So hopefully these tips helped you out. If you have any questions, we're going to talk about how to gain length at the back end of the stroke as well, and really optimize your rowing. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this answered some questions, and please leave a comment below and let me know what you guys thought about this video and what you'd like to learn more about. All right, take care, guys.